Morning, my friend. How are you? I'm just moving here because it's imperative I make a video. Listen to the bird. Only one bird going here. Should be multiples, but there's only one. But it's imperative that I got up and moving here. My power just went out again. And I come outside. I looked at everyone's houses. My house is the only house where power went out. Went out for about 33 seconds, maybe a minute. No, it's just kind of funny. It's really funny. Found some paperwork yesterday. After, talking to some people, they think, what do they call it? That signals can cross with the wires in your house. After talking to someone yesterday, the signals crossing in the walls in your house. Then you could hear communications coming out of your walls. Listen to the bird. Someone's drinking and driving. Let's see if there's any electromagnetic signatures over here. But anyways, I found some paperwork yesterday. I printed it up at a playhouse at a library. Now, Pittsburgh police, whoever else, whatever other townships there are, there was a dog that got electrocuted yesterday walking on the street. And where he got electrocuted at was where the transformer was at. And it's not the first report that was filed. Nobody fucking believed it. So it took a life of a dog, and its owner got zapped too. The dog started biting the owner because it was being electrocuted. And it was right where the transformer is underground. Now, they're coming to investigate. I don't know what the hell's all happening, but I've only been complaining about it for how long now? Okay? Now, I guess I gotta start talking to the Pittsburgh police, because it start filing police reports, because it gets filed in a database. And you don't have to pay money for it. All you do is go right online, find out all the fucking police reports that are being filed. This augmented reality shit, and what you guys are doing with using it with biotechnology and cells and shit, it's just going to come to an end. Well, anyways, let me continue about this paperwork I found. Now, do you guys think that anything in your body can be 3D printed? See, this is what I couldn't figure out for the longest time, because I'd see these little worms coming out, and they call them worms, snakes, they want to call shit neutrinos. Okay, these little spherical objects, just one of them, and they want to lie and say it's a neutrino. Now, like I said, do you think you can be, your cells in your body can be 3D printed? Huh? Because this is what's been happening with the use of frequencies, specific frequencies. Look what I just found. Listen to that water. Now this goes right across the street. And from across the road here, it goes up this way. And there's the storm drain over there, over in that direction. And that goes down the mountain at Robert Morris College. It wraps right around. Now, I probably should go this way because there's a quantum entanglement taking place down here, where you could hear a ventilation fan and transformer from Robert Morris all the way down here on the road, on the Amherst Avenue. It's right on the corner. There's Greenlee Drive down here. Okay. And Amherst. If you walk probably about a good 100 yards, 200 yards, that's where it's at. And I found out there's a guy down here that likes to play with electronics. He's telling me about Wi-Fi routers. And it makes it look like your signal is somewhere else. Okay. Pretty cool for saying something about it, I guess. But 3D printing without a 3D printer, but a use of freaking sound. Well, what they call it is sound, but it's all light. Everything's light. And if you're they can take your cells, your DNA, your proteins, then unfold and turn them into a specific shape. Because you know how that works, guys? Remember the people that took speakers and put a board on top of a speaker? They started putting frequencies at it. And it kept changing the salt on the table every frequency they used. There's a different type of picture, we'll call it. A different type of formation, a different type of frequency that your eyes would pick up from the speakers vibrating and moving matter. The matter would construct to it. And how about like all the rugs from like ancient Persia, Iran, Pakistan, India? These people put specific designs into the rugs. They had to see these designs. And these guys like to do chants and shit and play music, and you know, they like to do their find their higher selves. So now we're starting to program us with the artificial intelligence. But as you go down this way, there's a quantum entanglement issue down here. It's probably about a good 200-300 yards away. 3D print on the brain, huh? And then I find something that deals with wireless neuromodulation with substrates of semiconductors and cell phones. This is where we're at. If it's in a paperwork, it says it's dealing with implants. But now I find something where you can 3D print shit in the human body. You don't need an implant. It's an implant already, and then it can be pulled out. It could be pulled right out of the body, just like ultrasound can scale in vaccines right through your skin. Be pulled right out. And now this is electronic parts harvesting, component harvesting for biotechnology. And for biotechnology, if you have an open internet connection and you can control substrates and megapixels, and you can control frequency, fuck, you can hack computers pretty good. All you gotta do is get close to the computer. You can knock their signal out. Simply knock their signal out. Get right in. Fuck, you get right in their bank account from their cards with their little chip on it. Because if I could use a Sims card to steal cable, what the fuck you think I could do with a Sims card on a fucking bank card? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Hey FBI, I'm hacking people's bank accounts. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? And I don't even have a computer. What are you gonna do? Cottonwood. But there's an issue down this way. Let's pay attention. It's like I'm being followed. The way this works, I think it works in my tooth, in my gums, and my bite plate, my jawbone. They're nanometers, guys. All the way from 1 nanometer all the way up to 100 nanometers in size. That's what a substrate is for your semiconductors. That's what they use. Your computer chips, there's substrates on them. Transistors. Now the transistors are coming apart. And it works with fucking the electric grid. Not to mention that people were getting sold. Not to mention people were getting sold on our electric grids like fucking human trafficking coming up from cartels from fucking Mexico. For virtual reality. Augmented reality. Who's working on fucking augmented reality? Augmented reality! There it goes. Now the entanglement issue is... Okay, I'm going to show you center screen. Okay, from about right there. Because you can pick the sound up from Robert Morris about right there. As I go down this way, it's going to come down through the hill over here. And you're going to be able to hear the same sound as right there down here. That's what they call quantum entanglement. Spooky stuff. They call it instantaneous action at a distance. And I noticed this one night, and I never filmed it. I just got straight down from the head, because it hits the optic nerve. And that's right where the vestibular is, right here. Because that's your ear. You can hear shit. Who's coming on? Who we wake up? Well, when I wake up here, anybody at all. But we're getting close to the quantum entanglement. This is a cul-de-sac down here. Pretty quiet. Look at the bird. Even the birds, the sound of the birds doesn't even sound right. Look at all these blackbirds. Blackbirds and robins. At least they have birds here. Birds here. Remember all the birds that used to hang out at my house? There's none now. I can throw bread out and they won't even come get it. Now this entanglement issue is almost, we're pretty close to it. Here's the step down transformer. Here's the water line. The whatever you call it. The fire hydrant. The water breaker. There's another step down here. And it's gonna come up. Oh, I just had a snap on my chest. It was a healing snap. Because there's two different types of frequency. There's dirty electric and there's clean electric. Everyone's after this clean electric 3D printed shit. Because remember I posted on my channel Dream About Miss Dana Ashley? That's what everyone's after. And no, it's not no fucking alien. This is just a good old fucking government doing this shit. And well, see, there's two factions in the government. It's roughly about right here. The tree's all covered in communication devices, aluminum sulfate, interacts with gases. And since this is a magnetic field, there's all kinds of shit that could go on here. I know it sounds far-fetched, but when you got a higher frequencies, and then you start spark gapping, because how do you think you stay alive, guys? Like the human body, we don't have to recharge ourselves, but you breathe, huh? When you breathe, you're bringing air into your lungs. And they say it takes the oxygen through your body, and this, that, and the third, but it's spark gapping. It's air gapping. It's air gapping your whole entire system. And then you have your blood, which is magnetic and has iron in it. And then imagine 3D printing shit out of your blood. And all these black people that are here working on me, trying to fix someone in their family, trying to cure sickle cell anemia. There's new CRISPRs that come out. This technology is like a nerve block. And I'm being worked on for it. And it doesn't feel very fucking good. Because I'm not black. I don't have their genetics. I do not have your genetics. Look at this. You see it? Center screen. Those are the nodes for the cable. And it goes over here to this person's house. It's right here. I don't know what the address is. I'm sure they'd like to know that they're being fucking spied on pretty good here. Yeah. Well, now my eyes are getting activated with radar. Let's see if we can catch this. See it? It's there. Yeah. And then I talked to the guy. See, look at it. Because the phone picks up infrared and ultraviolet. Center screen. My eyes pick it up like a sore thumb. And where I was at walking in that video yesterday in the city of Pittsburgh, it's all over the place down there. Fucking Pittsburgh police, I'm gonna tell you now, you could have people within your police force that are communicating using this biotechnology. Because if you could 3D print shit, okay, and it's a biotechnology, you could have hearing aids and communication devices set up. And it works off of quantum entanglement. You'll never pick up the signal until you get an ECG on your fucking employees. And they can pull it out just like that. Now imagine drug dealers having this, okay? And it's kind of like a Departed story, where Matt Damon was like raised by whoever, the kingpin. Then he's in charge of the FBI or state police, whatever it is that they made the movie about. We figure out, he sees what's going on, switches his SIMS card and makes a phone call. And has specific code, specific words to say to this guy. He knows what the fuck's going on. Just get your shit out of here. So, this is how this shit works. You don't need to change your SIMS card. Now it's just brain-to-brain communications. Shit's pretty crazy. Like, as soon as I wake up, the shit starts, because they rip it all out at night. They literally are making suits on people. Even my local law enforcement, I know there's a police officer I spoke to. It's all over his video body armor, Mr. Morrow. He come to the house and try saying a mental case, like there's a mental health issue. And he called the paramedics and wasted their time. Because what did I do? I told him, you sit there. Just fucking sit. You wait. I'm going to get my book. Oh, no, yeah, you just fucking don't come near me. And all these paramedics were there. And they had all this paperwork. They didn't know what to say. And then I figured out he's hooked up to this. It's plain as day to figure out how it works. It's not how it works. It was plain as day for me to figure out that he's hooked up to it. Because I did something, and he looked in a direction, looked at me, said, shook his head, no, it's not happening. So he's hooked in. Mr. Morrow. And then we had a SWAT situation here in Boone yesterday. I don't know the whole story, but I just know some kid up in the low-class area, Section 8 area, it looks like the city of Pittsburgh, to be honest with you, called Mooncrest. Someone shot a hole, took a gun and shot through a neighbor's house. Because they're like apartments or some shit. They're connected like row houses. He just shot right through. I don't know what he's saying, but I'd like to talk to him. Find out why he did it. Are you hearing voices? Does it feel like you can't sit still? There's all kinds of, they got fucking cameras and shit up there, acoustic sensors and shit. And that's all over Pittsburgh too. They have acoustic sensors. If someone shoots a gun, it knows. It goes right to the police. Why isn't there acoustic sensors on the fucking power lines here? Why isn't there little infrared sensors on the power lines? Why isn't there sensors to detect all this shit? Because they gotta use the power lines. They gotta use your house. Pretty soon, it's the day they're not even gonna have to. But they need it. Your body doesn't produce enough current. Your body doesn't have enough power for the shit to really affect you, so they need to connect it to other shit and amplify it. So I guess we're gonna be burying power lines, like just bury power lines, bury the cable wires, and then the more important thing, people need to start talking about biotechnology and quit trying to say it doesn't exist. Quit trying to say, oh, it's science fiction or it's aliens. Because you can go to any school and they're working on nanomaterials. Now they're the Nobel Peace Prize for quantum dots. They call it quantum dots, but these short laser pulses, attosecond laser pulses with femtoseconds and nanoseconds, and nano wavelengths, and just nanometer wavelengths. The Nobel Peace Prize. Now they're saying, I remember making a video saying my house is a solid state. My house is literally a fucking computer. The inside of the house. And that's how these people were coding all this shit. And then they use your brain for pictures. Because your mental thoughts, whenever you think, your artificial retina, all these magnetic, it's just like a TV. Okay, just imagine you see, right? And then if you close your eyes, we'll just say if you dream, these things going on. It's like a TV in there, huh? There's a magnetic field that's in there. These people tap that. They like to use that as a power supply. They like to use that as a kinetic force. That's what it is. It's a kinetic force. Oh yeah. I remember getting left outside of a Freemasons lodge by my wonderful neighbor here. A wonderful neighbor here. She took me up to an AA meeting at where is it? South Fayette, right by a Freemason lodge. Then we went out for brunch at this little diner right across the street from the Freemason lodge in McDonald. And I started talking about weather and all this shit. I didn't have the information I had back then that I do now, but I was pretty hip to what was going on. As soon as I said the word stock market, it says you're manipulating the stock market and using weather to destroy houses and shit, she got up and left. And I went there with her. The waitress come up and says, that woman you were with, she just went out the back door and left you here. I says, what? And there was a guy I was talking to. He was walking with a cane. He had glasses and he's wearing like a Gilligan hat. You know what he said to me? He says, people were doing human sacrifices thousands of years ago to control weather. And then I find paperwork that the CIA started using the brain for a laser beam. And then I find more paperwork that we're using human beings as the antennas because they're perfect for waste energy. They pick up the waste energy and use it. And then I remember my video talking about remote neuromodulation. I have nano wristbands, and then there's a magnet stuck right in my wrist. And then I remember Lucifer's quantum fluid video. I was talking about there's a fucking brain that come out of the ceiling. The fucking thing come down and I stuck a tongue out and licked my hand. Now this is what you gotta pay attention to. This is what these people, these computer, you gotta call them computer people because they're chatbots, literally chatbots that are taking control of your megapixels, your substrates and your semiconductors, your circuitry in your phone, anything, and especially the pulses from the screens. Quantum dots. They're literally shooting quantum dots through your fucking brain to be able to fucking adapt a... There's nothing else to call it but a goddamn beam. Okay, it's a coherency. Nothing else to call it. This technology is real. Everybody doesn't want to talk about it. You just gotta talk this thing. Watch this. So does the cover. So, Dr. Greer, why don't you put on a fucking demonstration that your team knows about? But what is this technology? It's nothing that I'm talking about. You want a Nobel Peace Prize, is it? Ah. And how many times have you guys fucking sold out for money? I'll come do this fucking little event and just have a fucking flash of light pulse in the sky. Oh, they weren't believers, now it's aliens. I'll call the bullshit out immediately. No, I'm glad you, 30 years ago, you put all these guys together. Nobody fucking cared. That's what I care about that you did. Now, for you to stay healthy, for you to still be air gapping and walking around, now you gotta lie. And that's how this shit works. Because they want lies. You gotta teach a computer how to